I'm the president of the Orthodox Theological Society in America, and we also have with us our treasurer of the Orthodox Theological Society, Teva Regula, or Regal, depending whether we're doing Romanian or American pronunciation. Teva, I mean, do you want to come up? No. Okay. I may, if I get stuck on something, you can help me out. I'm going to actually show a little video that was prepared by some folks who are either former officers of the society or otherwise involved in the work of OTSA. But I'll just say a couple of words by way of introduction. I'd like to just read our mission statement, which says that the society, the Orthodox Theological Society in America, is intended to promote Orthodox theology, to coordinate the work of Orthodox theologians in North America, to cultivate fellowship and cooperation among those engaged in theology and related disciplines, such as biblical studies, history, social sciences, literary studies, bioethics, to serve as a resource for the Assembly of Bishops in North America, and to engage non-Orthodox theologians interested in Orthodox theology. The Orthodox Theological Society in America, or OTSA, as we tend to call ourselves, was begun in the middle to late 1960s as an initiative by seminary faculty in order to facilitate greater exchange between faculty, in particular of St. Vladimir Seminary and Holy Cross Seminary, with some involvement also from St. Tikhon Seminary. And the evolution of the society has been such that although we continue to meet almost always on one or the other of the campuses of St. Vladimir's or Holy Cross, the preponderance of those who are members of the society teach in institutions outside of the seminary faculties, and you'll hear a little about that in the video. So I think I'm going to play the video. I just want to preface it with two things. One is to thank Deacon Michael Azar, who is the vice president of OTSA, for his preparation of the video. We had received some materials that he put into this form. And also to mention that in my efforts to get this onto the needed computer to get it up onto the screen, I realized I did version 1 instead of version 2. Version 2 is a more extended one by about 7 seconds, which would have enabled me to read the quote you will see from Father John Baer, former dean and current professor of patristics at St. Vladimir's. And I thought for especially non-native English speakers, it might be helpful for me to read it and just for it to be up on the screen a little longer. As it is, it's going to go fast and I won't be able to read it. So just to mention that, there is a quote from Father John Baer in the middle of the video. Okay, so we'll go ahead.
When the Orthodox Theological Society of America first started, it was comprised mostly of professors from St. Vladimir Seminary and from Holy Cross Seminary. So they got together every year, and this is how they studied together and they served their church through their theology. But gradually, most Orthodox theologians in the United States actually teach in Protestant, in Catholic, or secular universities. And so it becomes crucial that all of us Orthodox theologians in the United States come together to OTSA so that through our study and through our service to the church, we serve God.
As the founding president of the International Orthodox Theological Association, I've always been impressed with the leadership of the Orthodox Theological Society in America. And I'm especially grateful to OTSA and its president, Will Cohen, for providing travel grants for IOTA's inaugural conference. As a result, 10 emergent scholars will be able to present their work at our conference. Such a support is typical of OTSA, which has offered a platform for scholarly cooperation here in North America. For example, in partnership with the Orthodox Christian Studies Center, OTSA has sponsored papers on the drafts of the documents of the Council of Crete. To my knowledge, this is the only joint effort by experts to contribute to the concilium process. My hope is that IOTA-OTSA partnership will grow in the future. IOTA, for example, could establish local chapters in other parts of the world that could productively cooperate with OTSA and learn from its experience.
I see the importance of OTSA as threefold. First, to use our advanced theological education to serve the Church as consultants on theological issues. Second, as someone who was raised in the Orthodox Church in the Romanian tradition, I think that OTSA gives us an opportunity to encounter other Orthodox traditions and practices within the broader realm of the Church and appreciate the beauty of our diversity of our experience while still within the unity of the Church. And third, because Orthodox Christians are a minority in America, we are often called to explain the faith to those from other faith traditions in dialogue with them. And this can often be an exercise in translation, broadly understood, as we have different backgrounds, presuppositions, histories, and often ask different questions. We have the opportunity to share the richness of our faith to others in a way that they can hear and hopefully appreciate.
I just want to thank OTSA for all of the work that they've done. You might not realize it, but a lot of the ideas that gave rise to IOTA actually were born in OTSA. So the idea of an Orthodox Theological Society in America had been developed in the US, had been used for a long time, and a lot of those concepts were brought over and used for the development of IOTA.
Okay, and Carrie said I have 62 seconds to finish. So two last points I'd like to make. One is just the importance, especially in North America, in a situation in which there are multiple jurisdictions and in which most scholars are teaching in secular or at least non-Orthodox institutions, that the confluence of the academic and the ecclesial that OTSA enables is really something that most participants in it find it's sort of the only place where that confluence occurs in the way that it does. The second thing is that in preparation for the council in Crete, which was mentioned in the video, these working group papers were put together. And how they were put together was that groups of about 4 or 5 scholars on a given subject area conferred on their thoughts about the matter and either wrote individual papers or a joint paper together. And it might be something, I don't know whether that model could be replicated on the international level or not, but it might be something for people to think about.